Success is no accident. It's hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you're doing or learning to do. Pele. My friends, each and every day, 10 to 15 minutes, keep your enthusiasm up. I love the stock market. I am fascinated by it each and every day. Not just the stock market, but following all these ETFs, which include bonds, gold, Bitcoin. It's an amazing world. And if you started back when I did, when it was hard to even get the information, the charting software we had was rudimentary, complicated, expensive. You're running it on, these old machines. It was better than MS-DOS, but not by a whole lot. And just very hard and cumbersome to even get real-time information, even daily information sometimes. But that's not the way it is anymore. That's why it's so dynamic, interesting. Online brokers, the ability to buy and sell so quickly and easily and securely. It's phenomenal. So get into this, stay with it. You can do it. Every minute you spend is a minute that gets you closer to your goal. Don't worry about how long it takes, because when you get there, it will be worth all the time and energy. Now let's jump. I'm going to show you the S&P. I didn't open with this. There's some technical screw up, my friends, at the end of the day. The market did not drop like this. The S&P was up 0.5%, not down at all today. Brightening up the screen a little bit for me. I don't know if that changes it for you, but this is some kind of mistake, so I'm not analyzing it today. You can see, had some ranging in the morning and then popped up in the afternoon, 0.50%, okay? $3.44 up by the close at the end of the day. And again, we'll get back to it tomorrow when they get this fixed on the chart. But we can, of course, see we're heading back up to that prior high. Things down for 2 days and then popped up decently on Monday. We'll see where that leads us. Look at the Qs, though. We do have a chart on that. It was up 0.69%. Started the week off with a doji open lower than the prior close. You can see where things were down for 2 days, ranging in the morning with a red spinning top, almost a doji, and then up some in the afternoon. Ways to go to get to that prior high where we got to last week. But again, stocks, it's not much more than sort of a flat trend line there. It is moving up a little bit, and of course, it's continuing to move along it, ranging back and forth, but slowly perking up. And we'll continue to keep an eye on this and see just where things are going to go. By the way, friends, did you check your emails if you're subscribers at chartingwealth.com? I did the analysis of gold over the weekend. I have provided it for you. It'll be in today's linked training. It is also at the website, chartingwealth.com, under trainings. And it's also at our X page. You can find it there under articles. I hope that you like it. I did a good bit of work researching it, coming up with some conclusions for you, looking at it from all angles, applying logic. I think you'll like it. Let me know what you think. Please check it out. You'll also see in the notes a link to it. In case you're not a subscriber, another reason you should be one, so you get all of our trainings each day in the mail. Hope you like it. Let me hear what you think about it. That is where we are with bonds. We're still somewhat long both bonds and bonds. What? That's where we are with the Qs. We're still long on both the S&P 500 somewhat and the NASDAQ 100. We're going to bonds. We are not long bonds. We don't have a clue what the hell bonds are doing. Bonds have been sliding sideways for weeks now, since before Christmas. You know, we hit we went down for 2 weeks and then just sort of slowly have slid along, edging down, I would say, down today 0.67%. We hit the interim low over the last many months. That's not many months, a month. because we were lower than that if we go back to, well, that's a ways, all the way to September as things were ticking up on bonds. They started moving down on bonds, really burning off that energy in late October and November, and then sort of trundling down with some false starts since then. Down today, I would say that if you put a gun to my head, I would be bearish on bonds, but I'm not going to be trading something where you got to put a gun to my head. I mean, we're above the weekly trend line going down on the, and it's not even really a trend line. Look at that. I can't even draw one. I don't even know what I'm talking about. There's no trend line to draw. We had it slide sideways. We had it pop up 2 weeks out of the last 4, and there's no way to even draw a trend line. So what does that mean? It's just hard to call it. We'll wait for bonds to sort their way out. The minute you think that they've maybe hit a bottom and are going up, they go up for a week, then down, then up last week, and then down. What's going on? We don't know. We'll wait for bonds to sort their way out. Bonds might be waiting for stocks to sort their way out. And if stocks roll over and start heading down, maybe bonds will be going up. Now, gold. This is what I wrote about and shared with you. Please read it. It explains where things are. And it's a bit technically complicated, but I broke it down very simply. And I'll let my words speak for themselves instead of repeat all that, because I want you to see what we did all the research on and wrote up for you. Down 4% for the day. And of course, as we look at gold, you can see that this latest 2-day candle is hammering down, pushing through the weekly trend line. It was a decent trend line for 4 strong weeks. I remember before we had the huge push down on Friday, as we were looking at things, it was so beautiful as to how it just went up, 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 up. And then, of course, it didn't and rolled over strong. I think we're going to see things settle out. There's still some, you'll read, when you read what I have written for you, you'll see that as these technicalities settle out, there's still a lot pushing both gold and silver up. But things are going to bottom out, settle out in the meantime. And as soon as they do, there's still some bullishness left in these things. Let me show you where we are on silver today. It was down about 4% also after that historic run up. And of course, silver burning off even more than gold did on Friday. So that is where we are when it comes to gold and silver. And then lastly, Bitcoin. We've been, going into the 3rd week now, bearish on Bitcoin, down 6.96% for the day, just continuing to hammer down. We had those 2 weeks where Bitcoin trying to recover but couldn't hold on to it, breached that trend line back on the week beginning the 20th of January, down last week beginning the 26th of January, and starting the week off with a hammer down also. So we are well below the trend line on the weekly, on the 2-day and the half-day, and of course heading down strongly on the weekly. And look at where we are on Monday with volume. We're already above average volume on Monday. That's crazy, my friends. So again, Bitcoin, lots of bearishness there. That is where we are. Please, again, let me know what you think about the research that we provided to you on gold, on silver, on what's been going on, what is going on, what the traditionalists say, what the alternative media and perhaps the conspiracy theorists might be alleging. There's something possibly there too. And then our synthesis of what's really happening. I think you'll like it. God bless. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth.